traditional ideas for the traditional thinking, traditional management practice is that we can arrange everything using very rude communication. I mean, very rough communication, like send the people information and give them the bonus. Or we pay people for doing this. Give them the bonus, like we'll give you the provision for delivering the goal. And usually it ends up in the time like this, end of the year, the Christmas are coming. So we have, at the end of the year, we are doing also the competitions, like who will be the faster will get the better bonus, who will be the faster will get the better reward, and so on and so on. So this approach, that is very typical in business, that everything is based on HR, on bonuses, benefits, salary, competitions, and everything will happen by itself with some control, but not very strict. We'll analyze the goal. That looking at this typical approach usually leads to something that is called the hockey curve. Hockey curve is, probably all of us we are all students, and sometimes hockey curve is about learning the day before the exam for this exam. Yeah, so when we have the goal stated for the 1 year, all the salespeople are starting to work very hard in December, or maybe in November. Yeah. The solution we are working on is a little bit different. I'm talking a lot about sales team because it's very close to the mathematics, but it works with any of the teams. It may be customer care team, it may be people that, I don't know, clean the shops, bus drivers, tram drivers, and so on and so on. From the psychological point of view, we would like to have more controllable situation. And now a little bit about psychology. When we have a business goal, we would like to have the behavior change. And behavior change from the psychological point of view can be done in two ways. The first way is reward schedules. Yes, this is about these bonuses I presented on the previous slide, but basically reward schedules are much more than just bonusing. Reward schedules are something that is out in our mind, and it was created by evolution. Yeah, so if something is coming for your mind, like in your mind, like coming to your mind, like Pavlov dog, or Skinner pigeons, or Skinner rats, I mean, reinforcing animal behavior using some simple tricks, the same is working for people, fortunately or unfortunately. So in this case, reward schedules works best when we have the schedule tuned for a specific behavior. So we'd like to learn some action, like when something happens, do this. Like after visit in the doctor, note something in your CRM system. When you are selling someone Coca-Cola, sell him hot dog, and so on and so on. We need to reward this behavior as fast as possible. Why? Because how we remember the things depends mainly on the perceived probability of being rewarded. So I'm doing something, I'm getting the reward. And when I'm rewarding the specific behavior, I remember this behavior for some time at least. So this is one thing. The second thing for changing the behaviors is you are changing the behavior because someone told you to, or because you observe someone doing something. And this is a social learning. And here the crucial part is psychological distance and authority. Yeah, so authority, like if, I don't know, the general manager of company will come to you and tell you to do something, probably you will do it more likely than when your colleague from your office will ask you to do this. And of course, the psychological distance. So who you perceive to be your leader, parents, teachers, people you trust, and so on and so on. So we have these two mechanisms. So if you imagine distributing the goal into 10,000 people with technology, you should consider using these two mechanisms. And of course, this is about the rewards. One thing more about the rewards, because usually the people are telling something like, okay, but the big bonus is better at the end of the year than small amounts of money or small amounts of rewards, because it may not only be money, after rejection. Actually, it's not true. Actually, we are much more oriented towards getting the reward after each action, because this is how life has taught us to do the stuff, either through the evolution or through our parts. So how we are trying to solve this? The first thing, one more thing, I mean, which is very important. Why do we use technology for this? Why not to use just a good boss who understands all of this? If you have thousands of people, that to create change that matter, you need to move the average. And this is probably obvious to you, because we all are connected to the science, to the math, and so on and so on. Typical bonus systems, typical performance management systems are very much focused on the best people. Here we have the normal distribution, here we have the best guys in the company, here we have newcomers to the company, let's say. Yeah, so if you would like to create a good change, I mean, if we'd like to change our business, we should address the guys in the middle. Why? Because this is the population that matters. The number of people here is the highest. And if we will create a small change, I mean, if everyone from this team will do one more call, it's much more than top people in the company creating, I don't know, 10 or 20 calls, depending on the size of the company. So the idea of using the technology is to do each of these people one more call, one more step, and one more action.